Here at Inglewood. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. Of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Brissett going to go to the air right away. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. And they go play action now. Burrow. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Logan Wilson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. 8 yards on the run there, and that trims it to a 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here in a tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them. To show respect to them. Hey, you guys got some turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. It's Kelce on the ground. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jason Sanders now for the extra point.
Jason Sanders for the extra point.
And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins.
Next to score, Dolphins 7, Chargers 0. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their second possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward.
This defense for the Dolphins, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Brissett. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
That's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Chargers have 1-11 now on the year. But they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
On 2nd down, Swift. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down, and they go with Swift again. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Second and 5 now. Brissett. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
But it's certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. And that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, They also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Barbara, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Here's Brissett.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Brings up 3rd down.
Third and short yardage, Brissett. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 7, Chargers 9.
Again, it's Brissett. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, get me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
7 yards there and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First and 10, 43.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Brissett now. This one caught by Ridley.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Brissett to throw on first. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Back to the running game with Swift.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Brissett. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Brissett. And a completion to Wilson. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here's Swift. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
2nd down and goal. Brissett. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick 6.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Two minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop them on 3rd down. To throw is Brissett. Over the middle, he gets it to Barrios. And he's going to have the Chargers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. Finding space at the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
First down, Brissett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, well, look at the defense. They came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
At the 46-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Jordan Phillips never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today. Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And my goodness, another interception. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
They've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Pollard again. Room here to run. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Touchdown, Miami.
They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired, too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 22, Brissett. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Brissett sets to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Trying to run forward with Pollard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
It's now 4th down.
Burrow going for it on 4th. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Mecole Hardman, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it is 28-0.
Chargers, nothing. Jason Sanders.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw again on second down. Brissett. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
By Jeremiah a 7-yard run.
It's third and long for Brissett. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And now here is another interception. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Joseph Osai there on the stop.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
On the move to his left. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will we be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
35-yard line.
Thomas.
On 2nd and inches, Burrow. Man open, here is Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 106 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This defense trying to do its part. Active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Caught on the right side by Jones. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll run here with Edwards. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score.
Gus Edwards with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Jason Sanders to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Sanders on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
42, Chargers, nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
The Charger drive about to get going.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver light.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, L.A.
Garrett Wilson.
75 yards.
And the Chargers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Dolphins take over first and 10. Around 22-yard line.
Here we go. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I we enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we can probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On second down, it's Edwards. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Dolphins on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Now they get a fourth quarter pick or something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, So let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Hey, kill. Hey, kill. Got. Hey, kill.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Burrow looking to pass. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes it gets that. You can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And the Dolphins are going to get a 1st down.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 41-yard line.
12.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's got some space here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
The Charger drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Brissett. That's complete. It's Okurebunom. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
17 more yards. That's another Chargers first down. 1st and 10.
Play fake. Brissett. Rolling to his left. And this is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, Brissett. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
I'm one, right? 11.
At the 45-yard line.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll run left with Pollard. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Here we go.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
11, Thomas.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no short.